You know, there's quite a difference between the Nintendo Entertainment System and family computer game boxes. You know, it's the same for the cartridges, too. Nintendo really wanted that VCR-style feel for the NES games, not so much for the space-saving Famicom carts. Look at that thing. It's tiny. It's so tiny. But today we'll be checking out a game that's going to test your mental limits, and it might just bring you to your wits' end, but probably not. It's really not that bad. Wits, released by Athena in 1990 for the Nintendo Famicom. And just look at that cartridge. What is that, Robin's Egg Blue? That's nice. Wits is kind of a clone of the Tron Light Cycle games with a little taste of the classic Snake game. Only this time, you're people. Bionic people. Just running around and dropping giant walls out of your butt. Run into any of those walls, though, and you're dead. Also, you can dash with the A button and jump with the B button. Look at that. New gameplay features to make the gameplay more exciting. Quick side note, this addictive and straightforward game was originally released in Japanese arcades and then ported to the Famicom. In Wits, you'll be battling against enemies with different abilities and environments that make this game unique. They've really made this simple game seem epic, with enemy bosses and stage selects. Just look at these suited up bionic men. Yeah. Whoa, did the blue guy just flip me off from his little window there? What? Actually, almost all of them are making rude, nasty faces at me. Except for Mr. Cloney Pants, he's just kinda angry. But no one can top Mr. Bird Flipper. That has to be what he's doing. I mean, unless he's going, I'm number one, No, that can't be it. Jeez. Didn't your bionic mother teach you any manners? Once you start, you've got 3 lives and no continues. You have to win 5 rounds of battle against each of the 5 enemies. You got the blue guy, the Flash, Cloney Baloney, Swimmer Man with goggles, and the Iceman? Don't worry, I did a little bit more research this time around, and according to the Japanese manual and a little bit of internet translating magic, the real names are Dash Man, Birdman, Multi-Man, Swim Man, and Freeze Man. So, I wasn't too far off. After defeating all 5 enemies, you unlock the final boss, the Doctor. It may seem like 5 rounds per stage is too much, but the matches go pretty quickly, and the last 2 rounds you're given a shield that protects you from 1 hit. So you can strategize in a different way on those last sections. Each bionic enemy has their own battle arena. The first enemy has a basic zone, nothing out of the ordinary, and you just have to run around and take him out. The second enemy, the Flash, Tongue Guy, Birdman, will fly around the stage with you. A little bit faster movement on this one. Third, we've got Multi-Man, and guess what he does? Yeah, he splits into 4 enemies for you to deal with in each of his rounds. Great! This is where the difficulty starts to ramp up. After taking down Michael Keaton from Multiplicity, it's on to Swim Man. Yep, time to get wet as you swim slowly through this stage. You'll notice some blocks are already placed in this stage to make navigation just a bit trickier. Lastly, you gotta put the meltdown on Freeze Man. His stage is covered in ice, and as you skate over the terrain, you will slip and slide. This is one of the most difficult matches as it's hard to make sharp turns on the ice and avoid the walls. Little insider tip for you. To time your turns on the early ice stages, start turning 1 block earlier than the one you want. That should put you on track to where you want to be. But as the speed increases, you'll need to turn even earlier. Also, how cool is it that your shield in this stage is a sled dog? And when you lose them, they run off barking. Woof woof! That's pretty good. Finally, it's time to take on the Doctor. Or Heihachi? Is Is that Heihachi? I'm pretty sure that's him. Well, it's the final stage. In space! And as we all know, space is very slippery. So you'll have to take the same precautions you did on Freeze Man's stage. Plus, the Doctor can use other enemy abilities, mostly the cloning. Oh, and there's no jumping in space. At least not for you. So be careful. And good luck out there, spaceman. Remember, in space, no one can hear you scream. The sprites are actually pretty cute when they're running around, and when they lose, they cry like little babies. And when you win, look at that fist bump. Yeah, love that. And I love these kinds of strategic, maze-based video games. Actually, it kind of reminds me just a skosh of old school Bomberman. Also, how amazing is that pause screen? It's break time. He's got his little teacup, and he's just waiting. Oh God, I love it. Musically, this game has some pretty catchy tracks that build some tension and just give it a nice, fun atmosphere. Except maybe Swim Man's stage. His music is annoying. Really, this was designed as a party game. You've got several multiplayer options with a maximum of 4 players, with combinations of human and computer players. When you enter multiplayer, you can choose between 5 gameplay modes: normal play, sudden death, high speed, slippery, and a combo of all of them. Whoa. Whoa. Now, on the Famicom, it can be a little tricky to hook up more than 2 controllers because they're already hooked up for you. You don't really have an option. So I would suggest, if you want to go multiplayer on this bad boy, you're going to want to get an AV Famicom. That'll work with the 4-score and the NES satellite. Or you can just bypass all that and just use a little Retron 5. Just saying. Wits is a great import game, with fun graphics, a quirky style, good music, and a guy that flips you off. What's not to love? And besides, you don't need to know a single word of Japanese to play it.